Okay, we're going to go to Renita from Alexandria, Louisiana. True story. Man ate the entree.
Hello, Louisiana.
Chris?
How you doing?
I'm good, but
Yes,
I want to say that I believe that President Biden has looked at all of the testing from the private, from the EPA, and with his actions this week, that he believes that people, the private people, and that with his old age, he ain't stepping 2 feet in that town.
Well, look, I don't know if it's about his age or his stage. I do not think that he has reviewed all the data from here, nor should he. Okay, I'm all about delegation. I'm just saying leaders go first. And he's going to be 150 miles away. This place, East Palestine, is a metaphor for places all across this country. Remember, this presidential election, assuming that he's the candidate, is going to wind up being down to like a few dozen counties. So, you think these places don't matter because they don't have a lot of votes or they never vote for your side or whatever. But if you can make inroads in these counties and areas, you should be reaching out to everybody all the time, especially when the margins are so small, and just to send the message that it's not about red and blue, it's about one nation. And I just don't get it. He's going to be 150 miles away, 150 miles tomorrow. Next.
Okay, we have another caller, and she is from East Palestine, Ohio. Her name is Tamara.
Hey, how you doing, Tamara?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for welcoming me to your community.
Thank you for having me.
So what do you got?
Well, I was going to let you know that starting today, I live 176 yards from the derailment site, right on the same road. And starting today, they actually closed off a section of our road to the next block over, crossing the railroad tracks, in order to
I know that.
allow for sheet piling installation and the excavation of contamination soil underneath our road.
And did you smell that chemical smell again? I forget what they called. One of your neighbors was telling me that you're supposed to call the hotline when you smell this. It's the sweet chemical-y smell. That was what everybody was being asphyxiated by early on. And that today they said they were smelling it again, and she had called the hotline.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I smelled. The same thing that I smelled, as well as when I pulled my winter clothes out of my closet that I had washed when I came back home from being evacuated. So it was the exact.
I mean, look,
smell.
this is one of the big questions: is what makes it okay? And they should just flood the zone with transparency. Here's why we said you could go back. Here's why we think the water's okay. Here's why we think the air is okay. Here's why we're not testing in houses. And here's what we're going to do. And here's the oversight. Because I got to tell you, yes, they didn't declare this a federal emergency, but clearly you got EPA here on the ground. But the footprint is so light for what I'm used to when it comes to federal oversight of these situations. And there's so many of you that have the same questions, and I get that the town is being divided by this, that some people are like, enough already, and, some people are asking for too much, and other people aren't asking for enough. I get it. I get the stress and the strain, and I just hope that the special tomorrow night and just exposing what people are living and dealing with and learning and not learning. Wait until you see the interview we had today with your EPA Welcome Center. I don't blame the guy. He was very nice when we went to talk, but I mean, there's like nobody in charge, literally nobody in charge. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.